That's so ratchet.
I'm the only one who blows my girl.
Lana is the best. Lana number one.
Stop. Listen. Because. I am Lance Catamaran.
All right. Now we are in the rest of the portion of the show. There's a lot to go through, a lot to talk about. There is only one thing to start with.
Yes.
There's only one thing to start with. I'm just going to press this, and we'll talk about it.
Well, we advertise it as an update, so should we get to the update? The good news is I'm in remission, y'all. So with that being said, the big dog is back!
So, Sal, back in December, we were doing
Not too long ago.
We were doing our year-end show.
Yes.
And as one of my last things, I said that I hope Roman Reigns is back by SummerSlam. I said that. You both made fun of me. I said there's no way in hell that Roman Reigns is going to be back. There's no way. It's a leukemia battle. There's no way. Well, I had the hope, and there's a bird on the screen. I was like, there's no way. But we get a text message on Friday, a message from WWE saying Roman Reigns is going to be on the show Monday. And we're all like, wait, what? What's happening? And then we open up show, and that's how Raw started off. But one of the best ovations I've ever seen. Like, it was an amazing ovation. Roman got
Oh, absolutely.
the ring, and then that happens. The first 20 minutes of Raw is just Roman Reigns talking about this. And he's back.
You can tell that he was very emotional when he was talking, tearing up and very excited. You can tell, been following him and the workout routine he's doing, he's lost some weight, which is
followed
good.
him? But there's been no following. There's been one picture, and it was on the set with The Rock. There's been no updates.
No, I've gotten somewhere he's been working out at this. It's coming over from a Facebook connection where his trainer talks about his gym and spa that's in Waikiki.
Okay.
And how basically he's working out with Roman and how he's eating a different type of diet and working out, and he's lost pounds and he's more muscular than he was before, which is good because I guess when you're battling leukemia, it's all about being physically fit and changing your diet. That basically is going to put this in a remission, which it now has.
Well, this is amazing news. Sal, your thoughts?
I'm glad that it's over quickly. Because honestly, all joking aside and whatever, you don't want to see somebody go through that. You know what I mean? And the fact that it was quick, because my one concern was that this is going to be a really long, drawn out process, and you don't want to see somebody. Oh, you don't want to see anybody, but in particular, because we're speaking about him, you don't want to see somebody like that have to go through that for years, you know what I mean, or however long times it takes.
Right.
And the fact that it came and it went fairly quickly is a blessing if you think about it, because I mean there are people that battle for years and years and years and years and years, and they don't get the results very, very quickly. So it's good to see him back in good spirits, and that everything is going okay, and hopefully this thing stays away.
Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, I want to address something. There's been a lot of we were joking around, when they were talking about he's gonna be on the show, and we were joking around how that was quick and all this kind of stuff. We were making jokes, but all seriousness, I just want to address something. For those who think that the WWE purposely lied about Roman Reigns' cancer and said, oh, they tried to get him to, they actually had him off television, lied to the world, and just so he could come back as a babyface, you could all go fuck yourselves because you're idiots.
Yeah.
You're absolute morons. I will say one thing, and I said this to Dave, because the timing wasn't working in his brain. And I'm like, I'll give you one person. Brian Boyle, New Jersey Devils. He came back within 4 months. Same time frame as Roman. And he played for the rest of the season into this year. So don't tell me it's not possible, because it is. We've seen it. We've purposely seen it. But there's so many people out there wearing the fucking tinfoil hats saying, well, it's a conspiracy. How can you do a movie? Well, fuck you. Just fuck you.
Here's the thing. WWE wouldn't use that type of situation, number one, to get ratings, number two, mess around with people's heads, because here's the thing. This is a person's personal battle, and that's something that you don't mess with.
It's life or death.
And basically, he's been chronicling it throughout, different periods of time. And here's the thing: he's back, he's healthier, and in the future, if WWE wants to utilize him for cancer awareness down the road,
they will.
That they will do that because he's a survivor, and that's the thing that everyone needs to understand. He is a survivor.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was Mark Henry on Busted Open the next day. Made a point at the doorbell. Made a point.
Hold on.
That you can ask for a crowd. Everyone was in Roman Reigns' corner, and that reaction when he said he was in recession might have been the biggest pop you're going to hear in 20 years. That was unbelievable. Well, I have never heard anything like that before.
The other one was when he said, I know I say this is my yard, but now I'm saying this is our yard.
He finally became one with the people. It was the first time I've ever seen Roman, and I've never seen Roman smile so much. Like, it was an amazing scene. Like, he was smiling so much.
And you can tell this was from the heart, because at times he paused. He didn't know what to say or to think, and he was getting very emotional.
He's also never heard the crowd on his side as much. He's never heard it before.
I mean, when you get the welcome back chant,
and a lot of people are saying, well, I wonder if they're going to start booing him soon. And you know what? I don't care. I honestly don't care. And if they do, fine. But at the same time, I don't expect it anytime soon. They're going to be in Philly next week. I'll be shocked if he gets booed next week. I'll be shocked. I'm not going to lie. I think that this is a turning point for Roman, because not only is he back, he cut a promo that everybody believed in him. Everybody was on his side, and you heard it later in the show with that spear. That hoorah during that spear was one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Like, wow, that's exactly what Vince has been looking for 5 years. Like, insane.
But if you looked at it too, when Seth Rollins was coming down the ramp and he was going up, and they did that embrace, you could tell in both their facial expressions, this was genuine. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't something scripted. It was completely genuine emotion for friendship.
Agreed. Well, let's move on. We'll talk more about Roman as we get closer to Mania, because I don't know what they're doing now. I honestly have no idea what they're doing. But I do want to, Sal, I don't ever say this on this side of the coin, but I saw a movie this weekend.
Yeah, you did.
So, I was not sure I was going to get into the movie theater to see this. With my wife and a son who truly want to see it immediately. So, this past Saturday, after TJ had a birthday party with one of his friends, we went to the movie theater and saw Fight It With My Family. And I have to say, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't perfect.
Really?
It wasn't perfect. It was not a perfect movie. It really wasn't. I loved, like, the first two-thirds. Absolutely fantastic. Like, storytelling-wise, like, you could... There are a couple of things here and there, like, for instance, that rock clip that they showed at nauseum. In context, it doesn't belong there. In context, it doesn't belong in the story, but it rocks the producer, so you can do whatever they want. One of those things. You can excuse that because it's The Rock running the movie. But the story itself was really well done, because it was like pretty much a sports movie about wrestling. That's what it was. If you take it for what it is, it's a sports movie about wrestling. And it's respectfully talking about wrestling. They're not making fun of the sport. They actually said, yeah, we know the results are predetermined, but this injury is real. I have this here. This is real. This is all real. So they explained everything to good detail. They went behind the scenes on the promotion that Paige's family runs. They showed all that, which was really cool. And to the point where Paige apparently and her brother, they tried out together and they picked Paige. This is a true story. And her brother went through a whole like downward spiral in his life. And they showed all that too. They didn't just concentrate on Paige. There was two stories going on in this thing. That was really cool.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah, there was two big stories going on in this movie, and I thought that was really well done. Two little issues I have. Number one, I'm convinced the WWE agreed to do this so they could show the Performance Center.
Okay.
And the problem is, the Performance Center didn't exist yet when Paige was down there. That's number one. But I'll excuse that nitpick. There's a nitpick on my end as a fan. I'll nitpick that. The other issue I have, they did not tell us who her friends are. And I think we narrowed it down that we think the characters that they were portraying were Summer Rae, Carmella, and I forgot the other. Me and Mandy were discussing it. I forgot who the other person we said was. I think that's what they were portraying. Like, they were talking about how like there was models and cheerleaders and things like that down there.
Rosa Mendes?
No, I think it was Rosa Mendes because this is post-Rosa Mendes.
Okay.
It was another somebody else. And they were showing us, but they didn't tell us who their real names were. But I think that's what we were thinking they were. They were showing that. And that was cool. And I enjoyed Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn was great. I thought he was fantastic. I think someone said he was playing Bill DeMont. And he did a great job. He did a great job. I really enjoyed his role. I thought he was great as the coach of the Performance Center and as a WWE representative. I thought he did a fantastic job because he was an asshole when he needed to be, but an inspirational guy at the same time. Like, I thought it was a great combination of both. It was really well done. My biggest problem. Okay. Have you ever heard people complain about Miracle?
I mean, people complain about everything, but yeah.
In Miracle. The one thing people complain about in Miracle, in the second period of the Miracle on Ice game, in the movie, they combined Soviet Union's goal and the hit that took out Grim Craig. They combined that into one big dramatic scene in the movie. In the game, it's two separate things. They combined it to save time because they happened to completely different times in the period, and they just wanted to get to the third period where everything happens. People complained about that because it was changing history.
Right.
I would excuse that. Now, my problem here is Selena Vega, Tia Trinidad, played AJ Lee. Number one, they skipped everything in NXT. They skipped a Paige winning the NXT Championship. They skipped all the anti-diva stuff. They skipped all that. And they jumped right to Paige debuting. I think they were running short on time. So they got right to Paige debuting on Raw. Fine. Excuse it. AJ Lee had a certain look. Had her shirt, had the whole thing going on. She was a tomboy in a diva's body. That was the whole gimmick. Tia Trinidad dressed like Selena Vega. That's my first problem. She dresses Selena Vega ring gear. That's my first problem. Number two, they had AJ Lee, a character, say Paige's catchphrase before Paige did, which was stupid. That was stupid too. And they also made it that the crowd hated Paige when she came out, which was not true. Which was so not true. It wasn't even funny. And
I don't remember that part.
I looked at Mandy, I'm like, this is really bothering me, and I'll explain it after the movie. So the last, 10 minutes of this movie drove me up a wall. It just drove me up a wall.
Wait, so that was pretty much towards the end of the movie already?
The last 10, 15 minutes of the movie was the whole, Paige coming up to the main roster and debuting on Raw. The movie ended with her debuting on Raw. That's how the movie ends.
Oh, okay.
And the problem is, it's you just changed the history. You literally changed WWE history with one movie, one little scene. I'm like, come on! Everyone knows this. All the wrestling fans know this. So that was what bothered me. Overall, though, I really liked the movie. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really, really cool. I definitely recommend it for wrestling fans and not wrestling fans. It was definitely geared to a non-wrestling fan.
So, my question,
go for it.
I'll put it out, is because of this movie, does that kind of pique interest on seeing a documentary that this movie is based on?
I'd love to see it. I've never seen it. I'd love to see it. Not going to lie. I'd love to see it. But overall, definitely see this movie, see Family Family.